Wear your tough skin today, okay? I was actually at an event about last week, and the pastor called me out. Not me personally, but his message called me out. And I said, I needed that. You know, sometimes we don't want the truth. We want to feel insecure about ourselves, but the truth changes us if we allow it to. What up, Julie? Praying for you, Julie. Karen, what's up? Let me know where you're checking in from. I need everybody to press share. All right, tell people to get in here right now. And it's free for you. That's all I need you to do is just press share. If you're watching this on replay, share this, tag somebody who needs it. I don't know everybody in the world, but you know somebody that probably needs this message that you probably don't know needs this message, all right? What up, Miss Brown? How you doing? What up, Jan? So let's get right into this, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get it because I don't have a lot of time. The reason I titled it this, and I'm going to be passionate today, so if you're at your job, you might want to turn down your volume a little bit so you don't get in trouble. But the reason I titled it, They Don't Love You. And I want to be clear about something. I'm not talking about people who unconditionally love you in your life. I don't want you to sit here and question what's real in your life. Okay, I don't want you, looking into things that don't need to be looked at in your life. There's people in your life that love you for you. Simply that. They don't love you for what you do. They don't love you for what you bring. They love you because of your heart. Now, on the flip side, there's people in this world that only love you for now. And I talked about this today on my podcast, a straight up podcast. You can listen to it anywhere. I talked about it today. There's people who only love you for now. Share this, guys, if you feel this. And what I mean by that, there's people that only love you for what you can bring to their life. What you can bring to their life. The now, whatever it is, maybe you're beneficial to them. Maybe you're giving things to them. Maybe it's beneficial for their life to be around you, right? Maybe they're using you, but they love you for now. What do I mean by that? Once you stop giving it, once you stop showing up for them, once you decide not to be used no more, once you decide to choose you, you're going to see how they really feel about you. You're going to see who really loves you for you, because most people, once you choose you, their love disappears. Some of you at a job that only loves you for what you bring to the job. As soon as you ask for a raise, as soon as you ask for a day off, you're replaced. And the thing that I want to tell you, this is so many of us, we hide our true selves for the world because we're so afraid to be judged. We're so afraid that people will walk out of their life. We're so afraid to lose this and lose that. I'm going to tell you something. I want you to hear me clear. When you don't be who you are, when you don't truly be yourself and who you are, you know what happens in your life? You attract the wrong things in your life. Some of us, we attracted the wrong jobs because to get that opportunity, we had to change who we were. And the opportunity might have been good at first, but now we're stuck in a place where we're miserable. Some of us with relationships and friendships, we changed who we were to attract that person or to attract that group of friends. And now you realize, like, dang, these people really aren't for me. When you choose to be you, when you choose to stop giving it, when you choose to be who you are, you're going to see who's really for you. So I challenge everybody in this live right now. I challenge everybody watching this video right now to stop giving it. Stop giving the things that aren't you and watch what happens. Some of us, we pray for God to remove our enemies, and we realize God doesn't always remove our enemies because we think our enemies are people that hate us. But sometimes our enemy are the people who pretend to love us. And we pray for that. We wonder why we start losing friends. We pray for that. We wonder why we start losing coworkers. We pray for that. We wonder why we start losing a circle around us. Because when you're truly yourself, you're going to attract what is in love with who you are. That's why I always try to bring my heart. I don't want you to be in love with my following. I don't want you to be in love because Trent Shelton is popular. I don't want you to be in love for anything outside of me. I want you to love me, support me because of my heart. I don't need to share all the things that I have in my life. I don't need to tell you how rich I am or how poor I am. I don't need to tell you what size my house is. I don't need to tell you what kind of car I drive for you to believe in me more. If you can't love me for my heart, then I don't want you in my life. If it takes me being something that I'm not to be able to get you in my life, if it takes me to be something I'm not to be able to get the things that I want, then I know the things that I want are probably the things that I don't need in my life. And I need you to understand this today. Because so many of us, we think that people love us, but all that they love is the things they can take from us. Some people only, I'm going to tone it down for this one. I'm going to slow down so you hear this one. Some people only love you. Some people only love you just as much as they can use you. Some people only love you just as much as they can take from you. Some people only love you just as much as they can take advantage of you. You see, I realized this in my life. Even this past year, I've had people call me brother, people call me family, people call me all these things. And once I chose me, those people disappeared. Once I stopped playing football, people disappeared. Once I stopped living a certain lifestyle, people disappeared. Once I chose myself in the job, I got fired from that job. You see, the problem is that we think that a lot of people around us are for us, but what they really are for is what they can take from our life. So the thing that I need you to do from this live is to be you. And I'm not telling you to be a you that's less. I'm not telling you to be a you. I'm telling you to be your real self. Because when you're being your real self, you're going to see who's really for you. You're going to see what's really real in your life. And some people aren't going to be attracted to the real you because you've been given the fake you that they love. Some people ain't going to be able to handle the real you because they've been used to the facade you. You see, so many of us, we're worried about our perception and what this world thinks and what people think and what people online think of us. And I've told you this a million times before. The people that you're trying to impress won't be at your funeral. The people that you're trying to impress won't give you $1 if your bills are late. The people that you're trying to impress won't give you a helping hand. The people that you're trying to impress when you get kicked down, they won't help you up. The people that you're trying to impress when you're going through your hardest times, when you're going through your storms, they won't be your umbrella. The people that you're trying to impress when you're going through your depression, they won't even say a prayer for your life. And these are the people that you're trying to impress online. These are the people that you're trying to impress at your job. These are the people that you're trying to impress in your life. So many of us, we are living our lives to be liked so much. And I'm not toning it down because this is a message that you need to hear. This is going to change some lives and help save some lives. Some of us are living our lives so much to be freaking liked. So much to be liked that you silence your gifts. You silence what God has called you to do. You silence your dreams. You keep yourself in a box because you're so afraid to offend people. You can't offend people with kindness. You can't offend people by being yourself. You can't offend people when you operate out of love. But so many of us, we're so afraid because to be who we are because we want to be liked so much. Some of us, we want to be liked so much, we're worried about being liked by strangers online that we ignore the people who actually love us offline. And I know I'm talking about somebody in here today. I know I'm talking to somebody in here today. I know somebody out of 3,700 of you that's live right now, there's probably going to be thousands that see this message. I'm talking to you. How much life, just like that clock is not stopping. How much of your life are you going to waste? Are you going to waste? Allowing people, right? Allowing people to make you be a version of yourself that you know for a fact you don't want to be that person. See, some of us, we pretend to be living a lifestyle that we're not living to make people think that we're really doing it. Some of us, we talk about how we're rich. We're doing all these things to make people think that we really got it together. Some of us, we tell people that we're at this place in our life when we're really just a part of going on the journey. But we want people to think that we're there. You know, when you get out the business, and I'm going to leave in a second. Listen to me. People ask, Trent, how do you become rich? And I think I talk about holistically rich because financially rich, you know, hey, it's not a bad thing, right? It can provide some freedom in your life. But what I know is more powerful than being financially rich is being holistically rich. Holistically rich in your life, mind, body, and soul. People ask, how do you become rich, Trent? I tell people, from the tree app, financially, spiritually, emotionally, physically rich, you get out the business of trying to impress people. Some of us, we can't save money because we're in the business of impressing people. We buy things we can't afford. We buy things that we don't need to show people that we got it, to make people think a certain type of way of us. You're in the business of impressing other people. What's going to leave you bankrupt financially, spiritually, emotionally. Some people ask, Trent, how do I become rich? You stop worrying about what people think of you and you start to really nail down the truth about yourself and what you think. See, some of you value what other people think of you more than you value what you think of you. And the ironic thing about that is we allow the people who think certain things of us to control how we feel about ourselves. That's why I always say, never let how they feel about you, my friend. Never let how they feel about you change how you feel about yourself. Change how you feel about yourself. You know, when my mama died, she didn't even know my financial situation. She was worried about me. That's how much I keep things to myself because I'm not living to sit and be celebrated by the world. I'm not living to impress you. I'm living to do what's right. I'm living to accomplish my mission. And the more I started focusing on that, because I went through my 20s of trying to make people think that I'm something that I'm not, or really proving to people that I got something, even if I did or didn't have it. I went through my life like that, and that life is emotionally exhausting. And some of you are exhausted because you're trying to keep up with people's perception of you. Forget their perception of you. Let them think what they think, and you know what you know, and you stand on what you stand on. And I know I'm preaching to somebody today. Some of us, we're so worried about what our coworkers think of us when we walk into the job. And so we got to be something that we not, spend money we don't have to show them that you're something. When God already created you and everything, you worried about proving to people that you're something. You worried about being validated online with a blue check by your name. When God has already validated you. Once you get out the business of impressing people, you'll become rich. You'll become rich. Especially emotionally. And the more you're emotionally rich, the more you're spiritually rich, it leads to being financially stable in your life. Because you get out that business, man, of worrying about what everybody else thinks. And I know some people on this live right now can't handle this message, might want to leave off this live, but I'm telling you, man, you need to hear this truth. It's a truth that I needed to hear. I'm not just talking to you because it sounds good. I've been through that. And I'm in a place right now where I don't give a damn what people think. And it's not an arrogant place. It's not to say I'm above everybody else and I don't take people's suggestions. No, I'm not egotistic like that. But I don't give a damn what people think when it comes to me doing my part in this world and bringing peace on this earth and bringing this mission to this world and rehabbing the world and doing what I believe God has called me to do. Some of us, we have stayed silent for too long. We have kept our lives in a box because you're so afraid to be boxed out. You're so afraid to be kicked out. You want to fit in so bad. You got FOMO so much. When are you going to have the joy of missing out? I have the joy of not doing the same things. Oh, man, I'm about to go in right now, and I'm about to get off of here. I got joy in missing out on the things that I used to do 5 years ago that people still doing. I got the joy of changing my lifestyle. It used to be cool 10 years ago. I'm not doing it no more. I got the joy to know I got time freedom in my life where I can pick up my daughters at school, where I can go support my son, coach his football team, mentor kids, do all. I got the joy of that. Because you know what? I stopped having the fear of missing out. I stopped having the fear of not fitting in. I stopped having the fear of being judged. I stopped having people that don't like me, don't like my message, but I don't care because I'm not here to please them. I'm here to give my message to the hearts that need it. And so I want you to take this with you as I leave here today, man. And I don't know if you heard anything that I said because I was talking fast today, but I want you to take this with you and know, and know, and know, and know. They don't love you. They only love you for your now. Please understand that. They only love you for your now. And so many of us, we're not being who we are because we think we need to be somebody else for the opportunity. We need to be somebody else to be celebrated. We need to be somebody else to be liked. And you wonder why there's a disconnection in your life. You wonder why you don't feel whole. You wonder why you don't feel strong. You don't feel powerful. Because you're going against who God created you to be. Who God created you to be. And it's okay when you start being you. That's the goal for today. I want you to be you. And when you be you, you're going to see who's not for you. When you stand on what your principles, you're going to see who's not for you. When you demand your worth and say, man, you know what? I'm worth this job. I'm worth this person. I'm worth this world. You're going to see who's really trying to use you. Because when you demand your worth, a lot of people that try to make you feel worthless or less than your worth are going to move away. Because they don't want to give you what you're worth. You see, when you make people respect you, when you make people keep the promises that they make to you, see, a lot of people give you promises, say, I got you, I'm for you, and all these things. And when it's time to be for you, when it's time to get you, they don't got you. When it's time to have your back, they turn their back. When you're going through your season of hard times, there's no one to call. How do I know? Because I've been there. I had people that I've done the most for that helped. When I didn't help this year, I didn't hear a word from them. Nor do I have expectations, nor do I have bitterness in my heart. I understand. I understand that most people will present like they're for you just to take from you, or present like they're for you just to benefit from your life, or present like they're with you just to get what they need. Once the benefits leave, that's when their loyalty stops. Once the benefits leave, that's when their loyalty leaves with you. You see, some people aren't loyal to you. They're loyal to what they can take from you, my friend. A job isn't loyal to you. They're loyal to what they can use from you. That's why when you ask for a day off, they look at you crazy. That's why when you ask for promotion, they try to make you feel like you're not worthy. That's why when you're sick too long, They replace you. And so I want to tell you you're replaceable, not in a negative way, but when you start operating like, man, I am replaceable, like somebody's just going to move on to the next person, a job's going to move on to the next person, this person's going to move on to the next person, you realize like, man, why would I live the rest of my life trying to be something I'm not? Why would I live the rest of my life trying to get people to like me, trying to get people to support me, trying to get people to believe in me? When I can give all of those things that I'm trying to give to other people, when I can give that to myself. That's why I told you years ago, these 5 words, it all starts with you. It don't start with them. It don't start with their opinion. It don't start with their approval. It all starts with you. You know, me getting out of my pit this year, it started with me. There's plenty of people that I know would have helped me, that did try to help me. But at the end of the day, I had to do the work myself. And I realized that, man, a lot of people only love you for your now. Don't overthink that and make you start judging people who really love you for you. But if you got a lot of questions about a person, and you got to question their loyalty, question if they real, if you just listen to the words that they say, if something doesn't seem right, I always say trust the energy and the vibes that they give you. Because 9 times out of 10, I've been right in my life. I'm a big person on relational intelligence. Understanding this, because people have always asked, Trent, why do you talk so much about relationships? Not intimacy, but just relationships in general, friendships, partnerships, because everything is built off of relationships. The things that we allow in our life will persuade our life, will help our life, will ruin our life. The things that we keep in our life will strengthen our life or weaken our life. Relationships are everything. And so I want to make sure you have the right ones in your life. And I want to make sure that you don't have expectations for people who really don't love you for you. Because you'll see in this world, and I'm not going to talk about the situation at the Oscars, what was right, what was wrong, but I just want you to look at the big picture, right? Maybe that person deserved it. Maybe I don't know. I'm not into all that. That's their business, their perspective. I mind the business that pays me, right? But I want to say this. I want you to look at this. Not even just that situation in this life, in this world. When it's convenient to love you, they will. When it's convenient to hate you, they will. Most people's love for you isn't unconditional. It's conditional. It's based upon convenience. Most people will celebrate you if others are celebrating you. Most people will talk about you if others are talking about you. We live in a follower society. So don't place your worth in what people say and what people think and what people do to you and for you. Place your worth in knowing that you're a beautiful, incredible human being. And your worth is not determined by your accomplishments or your mistakes. Your worth was given to you at birth. And I want you to understand that, my friend. And when you get to a place like that in your life, life becomes beautiful. Because I always say, everything without peace means nothing. And nothing with peace means everything. Protect your peace, protect your heart, protect your soul. I love you and I appreciate you. You can text that number below if you want daily inspiration. I'm going to try to show up as much as I can, more. But this year I'm choosing me. And it's been a beautiful thing. And I suggest you do the same.